Hey there. Hey, everybody. Good morning. Good afternoon for my East Coasters. Wanted to pop in here and do some Q&A for anybody who has any questions about the Fierce Calm Project, about coaching, about anxiety, whatever's on your mind. I wanted to answer any questions that you've got, and I want to give you a little tour of the Fierce Calm project so that you have some idea of what it looks like, and just so you have a little bit more context for what it is and what you can expect when you join and when you log in. So I'm going to give everybody just a few minutes to join in here. And let's see. I'm on Zoom and I'm on Facebook. So we got a lot going on here. Don't hesitate to pop your questions into the chat. Let me pull the chat up here. Yes, so don't hesitate to pop any questions there. I'm going to answer some questions that I've already gotten and just some of the FAQs that I know are out there about the group in general. But why don't we start with a little tour? How does that sound? Let me show you around the Fierce Calm project. Let me go back over. Let's see. All right, let me make sure. This is hilarious. Let me make sure you're seeing what I want you to be seeing. You are. Okay. All right. So when you first log in, you're going to see a little welcome video here. You're going to see info about how you can get a hold of me and text me. That's one of the best perks of being a Fierce Calm member. You have full email and text support. So if there are things that come up that you want some coaching on, if there are questions that you have, you can always send me an email. You can always text me, and we can coach kind of privately one-on-one in real time that way. So as you come down, you'll see there's a whole bunch of different categories here. And of course, I want you to start where it says start here. These are some really short and sweet videos. What to expect, what you need to get started, and what's your why. This is just kind of lays out what you can expect here in the Fierce Calm Project, what all of this looks like. The few things that you need to get started, it's not much, spoiler alert. And I want everybody who's here to get really clear on their why. Why are you joining? What do you want to get out of this? What do you want coaching on? What are your goals? So all of that is right here in the start here section. So let's go back home and I'll show you. Okay. Next up is the introductory modules. There are 7 of these here, and there are videos and there are workbooks that go, or worksheets, I guess I should say, that go with each one of these. And what this is going to do is just lay out what we're starting with, a foundational coaching lingo, foundational what you can expect, how you can start coaching yourself, how you can start understanding your mind, how to start feeling your feelings, what taking action looks like, and where we take action from. If you've ever had that experience of saying something or doing something and wondering, like, what the heck am I up to? Why am I doing this? Why am I talking like this? Right? We get really clear on where all of that comes from. Getting what you want. And then I lay out the 3 pillars of the Fierce Calm project. So this is all just the introductory modules, and this is a great place to start, especially if you're brand new to coaching, to get an idea of what we're talking about, kind of the lingo that we use, and how you can start coaching yourself as you go through your day, as you go through your week. When you notice thoughts coming up, when you notice feelings coming up, when you notice that you're doing or saying something and it's either something you don't want to be doing or saying, or if there's something that you do want to be doing and you're not sure how to get yourself into gear, right? This will answer all of that stuff for you. These are, again, kind of short and sweet. This would probably take you 2 or 3 hours max to get through all of the videos and get a decent start on the worksheets. But I want you to know that this is all here. You can return to this at any time. I know a lot of Fierce Call members come back to this and kind of just remind themselves of the basics whenever they kind of want and need to. All right, so let's come back home again. There's the start here, there's the introductory. Now, coming in early 2021, well, it's going to start rolling out sooner than that, but I've got these placeholders here. I'm doing what's called the coaching toolbox, which is where I'm going to be teaching a few more coaching tools. I believe in a really holistic approach to managing our minds, to understanding how we're feeling, and to supporting ourselves, taking care of ourselves, understanding ourselves. So I'm going to be filling out this coaching toolbox for you so that you feel like you have, you remember those caboodles? Do I have any 80s kids here who filled caboodles with like earrings and lip gloss that tasted like bubble gum? You remember? I want you to feel like you've got a caboodle full of coaching tools so that no matter what you're up against, no matter what you're struggling with, no matter what you feel either confused about or that you just can't let go of, that you're kind of stuck with, that there is a coaching tool for you to help you navigate that. Now, of course, I am available to coach you through things. We do coaching calls. I'll be going through that here in just a second. But there's a lot of this work too that you can take and run with it. You can take and apply this into your life as you need it. So that's what the coaching toolbox is going to give you. And like I said, that's going to be, I'm going to start rolling those out here over the next few weeks. And by early 2021, that will be completely filled up. So that will be coming. The yoga studio is something else that I'm really excited about that's going to be coming again in early 2021. We're going to start rolling out some classes here sooner than later. These are all going to be on-demand yoga classes. We're going to have a whole variety of, there's going to be some gentle, slow flow, more restorative classes. We're going to have some introductory classes. If you're brand new to yoga, if you haven't ever really gotten into the swing of things with yoga and you want to learn from the ground up, or if you just, again, want to return to the basics, it's always good to go back to being a beginner, right? Being a student first and just hearing some different ways of doing things. So we're going to have some beginner classes, and then we're also going to have some really vigorous, sweaty, long, wonderful vinyasa flow classes in there as well. So there's going to be a whole bunch, a whole variety of classes that will be coming to the yoga studio. They'll all be on demand, and we're just going to keep adding to that. So as we go through 2021, you're going to have dozens and dozens of classes in there from a variety of teachers too. That's the other fun thing that's coming in 2021 is that it's not going to be just me. So you're going to have a variety of teachers. You're going to have a variety of yoga teachers. We're going to have a variety of meditation teachers. And yeah, it's going to be super fun to have a larger staff and to have more support for everybody here. Variety of different approaches and voices and stories. Sound good? Okay, bonus content. This is important. This right now is where the 5 days to calm your anxiety mini course lives in perpetuity. It is not going to live on the Fierce Calm Hub webpage forever. That's going to come down later this week, but Fierce Calm members have access to that forever. So if you have enjoyed this mini course and if you want to have access to that forever, there will be more courses like this, more mini courses, more DIY courses on a variety of different topics. More and more will be coming in 2021. So those will all go into the bonus content module. Fierce Calm members get access to everything, right? I tend to leave it up for the public for about a week, a little longer maybe, and then they come here to live forever. So that's bonus content resources. I have a handful of things in here right now. This is going to be growing a little bit more too. The bookshelf, this is where I put a whole bunch of yoga, meditation, breathing, memoir, addiction, self-help, coaching, thought work, all kinds of different books kind of separated by those different topics. Some of the ones that I return to and recommend often, things I recommend to my clients, things that I refer back to in my coaching and just in my personal practice a lot. So those live in the bookshelf. I'm constantly updating that. The podcast vault is, this is kind of fun. When I first started the podcast, I did worksheets that went along with pretty much every episode. I've slowed down on that a little bit just because I put my time and energy more into this, the Fierce Calm project. But every once in a while, I do still do a freebie and a fun little supportive worksheet that goes along with the podcast. So you can find all of those in here. General public has to go through the website and give me an email address, and then they get an email for the worksheet. But for Fierce Calm members, they all live in this podcast vault. So if there's an episode that you want to return to, if there's a place you want to dive a little bit deeper, I can show you what this looks like. They're all listed right here in order, and you can just click on the link here and it will give you the worksheet. So there's a ton of different worksheets here. Like I said, for most of the first, I don't know, 50, maybe a little bit more episodes, I did worksheets with all of them. So those will all live right there. And then one-off videos that I do like this. This is a long, deep breathing video that I did. It's just a 9-minute tutorial on a breathing technique that you can use to slow down and calm down your nervous system. It's a way to communicate backwards to your brain that you are safe, that it's okay to move away from that fight or flight stress response towards that rest and digest relaxation response. So there's going to be more and more of this coming as well, but those all live in the resources category. So from there, we start getting into monthly topics, and you can kind of see what we've been up to here lately. This month, we're focusing on relationships because holidays, right? We are facing the holiday season, and it is important that we are taking care of our relationships. So that's what we're looking at right now. I'll show you what the rest of these look like for 2020. Another really important note that I need to share with you is that those of you who are joining now, you get access to all of 2020's material. So people who join in the future will get, starting in like January, they'll only get that month moving forward. But people who are joining here the next few weeks before the end of 2020, you're going to get all of 2020 plus what we do moving forward. So that's kind of a fun thing to keep in mind if you are interested, if you're serious about doing this work, you'll have access to everything. So let's go in here to November and I can kind of just show you what this looks like. So here's our relationships video. This is the lesson for the month that you can access there. And you can see for each month, there's a workbook There's a thought inventory journal, which is just a blank place for you to do some of your thought inquiry and some of your thought inventories, just taking stock of what's going on, excavating and cleaning out your mind. Then there's also a downloadable calendar. This has the list of all of the calls and all of the info for the month. And I'll show you what that looks like here in just a second. Then there's also an audio version of this video. So if that is more your speed, if you'd rather just listen to it, download it to your phone, that is what this audio here is. Now, if we come over to November call calendar, this shows you, here are our live calls. Here's what we're doing. We've got 2 live coaching calls. We just did one yesterday. And then we have 2 Fierce Calm talks. And the Fierce Calm talks I think this is a really important, somewhat new addition to the Fierce Calm project. This is where we take a specific topic within the bigger topic, like of relationships. Our first Fierce Calm talk was all about love. We talked about love and how the people who are those quote unquote difficult people in our lives, right? How they are some of the best teachers for us where love is concerned. The people who it's easy for us to love are just that, they're easy for us to love. The people in our lives that are harder for us to love are the best teachers about how to love. So we talked a lot about that in our first Fierce Calm talk. We do a short meditation at the end of those. And I usually open those with a grounding exercise similar to what we did each day for the mini course to kind of help you just calm your nervous system, to help you transition from whatever you've been doing into the time and space for the Fierce Calm talk. So they're really lovely. And, of course, as we continue to move forward, there's going to be dozens and dozens of those as well. So you can revisit those down the road whenever feels best. Okay, so let's go to, that's the calendar, sorry. That's what the calendar looks like. Now, like I said, those of you who are joining now, you get access to all of this. You get all of 2020. Last month, we talked about taking grounded action. September was about emotions. August, freedom in your mind was about thoughts and beliefs, belief systems. Then June and July, we did Living Connected, which was a 2-part series all about, it was rooted in yoga philosophy. And it was these ancient teachings and lessons about how to take what our inner world looks like and connect it to our external experience of the world. So we did Living Connected over the summer. Time and productivity in May, that was a really popular one. We'll be doing that one again in 2021 for sure. So all those productivity hacks, just how we think about time, how we manage ourselves around time. Because spoiler alert, we can't manage time, right? Time is like the weather. We can't manage time. We can't manage the weather. We can manage ourselves in the face of time. We can manage how we are thinking about time. We can manage how we are feeling about time. So that's what May looked like. April, mental health and well-being, personal protocols, judgment, and then we had our welcome month. January 2020 is when we really launched the Fierce Calm project, and it was brand new. So that is a little tour of what the program looks like. Important also to note, there is an app. So you don't have to be seated at your computer to access any of the materials or to be listening to either the audio or the video of that month's lesson or any other lessons. You can access all of it on your phone. So there is an app. There's info about how to do all of that in here so that you can get set up and take it everywhere on the go, which I think will make things super handy for everybody. Not, I know right now people may be still. During the pandemic, we may all be kind of in front of our computers and working this way, but I envision a post-pandemic world and us going back to quote unquote normal, moving about the world a little bit more. And even if you're just going for a walk and you want to listen to one of the lessons or one of the Fierce Calm talks, you'll be able to do that super handy on your phone. So, okay, I'm going to come back over to okay, Natalie, good question. What is the success rate? How long on average does it take to get positive results? Here's what I would say to success rate is that this is very much an individual thing. There are some people who come in and access everything that we're doing. They plow through some of the material, they print off the workbooks, they really apply what they're learning and integrate it into their lives. Those people see results literally in a matter of days and weeks. I just actually talked with a brand new Fierce Calm member this morning. She joined last week. She's already seeing these results because she's using this work. I will say, it has been my experience. It's been my experience as somebody who joins programs. It's been my experience as somebody who now hosts a program and has, um, many, many clients who come through this. Some people really like to be with the material. Some people really like to, drop in on calls and kind of stay close to the material. And they're not as rabid about applying things, which is fine. The beauty of this is you can really take it at your own pace. I have designed this so that you have everything you need to be successful. I really believe that between the start here and the introductory modules alone. I mean, that is what you need. If you took that work and really committed yourself to doing that work, that would set you up for a lot of life-changing transformational shifts for sure. I would say most people stay with the program. I haven't had much turnover. I haven't had many people leave. So I judge that as fairly successful, that people are showing up to the calls, people are engaged, people are absolutely loving this work. So, yeah, I would say how long it takes to get results is really individual, and is really how you take it and how you integrate it. I know that's kind of a non-answer. So I hope that's not a horribly annoying non-answer, but I do think everything is here for you to be absolutely successful as quickly as you want to be. Nagar, hello, Nagar. Oh, it's so good to see you. Yes, Nagar saw what this looked like ages ago before we had an official home. And before everything was in one spot. So she had a sneak peek a while ago, and we've come a long way in the past year, and things have a beautiful new home. It's all very organized and lovely. So yes, thank you, Nagar. So good to see you here. Okay, other questions that I've gotten that I want to speak to. If and when you join, you are not committed for like ever. You can cancel at any time, and you get to cancel yourself. You don't have to email me. You and I, like, it's not a thing where I'm the only one who can cancel you. You can cancel yourself. So if you join and you try it for a month and you think, this really isn't for me, or I'm not using it, or whatever, you are absolutely free to come and go as you want and need to. That's totally fine. So I want you to know you can join for a month and try it out and leave if and when that ever feels right to you. There are some programs that don't let you rejoin. I don't really believe in that. I don't like punishing my people that way. So if you want to leave and then you think, oh, shoot, I miss it, which has happened a couple of times, come back, join us again. It's fine. So that's always available as well. what else? What other questions does anybody have? I do change the call schedule around. So I try to hit different days. I try to hit different times because I know between work and kids and just appointments and life that if we did, you know, Wednesday at 10 a.m. every week, that wouldn't necessarily work for everybody. So I try to shift things around, and there are replays of everything. So if you ever have a call that you miss, a live coaching call or a Fierce Calm Talk, you can always listen back to the replay. You can always join in on the replay. Another note on that, for the coaching calls, I have a lot of people who email their questions in ahead of time, and then I speak to those on the live coaching calls. You don't necessarily have to get on camera and be coached. You don't have to speak up live and be coached. I know that's not everybody's favorite thing to do, and that's fine. You are free to, you can hit me up in the chat box. We do all of our coaching via Zoom. So you can send in a chat or a Q&A. You can always email me and I can speak to your coaching questions that way. Plus, then if you don't make the call live, it's no big deal. You can always listen to the replay and, you know, we can do further coaching via email, via text, whatever suits you. So I have, as an anxious person, as a fellow person who struggles with a little bit of stress and anxiety myself, more than a little bit, I want this to feel as supportive and as safe and as loving as it possibly can. I am here to support you. I'm here to be your personal life coach. So the more you speak up, the more you reach out, the more you text and email and raise your hand for help, the more I can help support you and guide you and teach you. And I would absolutely be honored to be your life coach. This is for sure the program that I wish I had had when I was really struggling and feeling really lost with stress and anxiety. It is a coaching program unlike so many others because we do bring in aspects of meditation. We bring in aspects and are going to have so many yoga classes, which I'm super excited about. There's going to be so much of that. It's a very holistic, there's just a lot in here. So if coaching is really your thing, you know, come for the coaching, stay for the coaching. There's tons of that. If you have been looking to get started with something like meditation or yoga, I know that those can seem intimidating. I know that there can be a bit of a barrier to entry with both of those things. And my aim is to make it as accessible and as approachable as possible and to really guide you through it. So in 2021, we're going to start with like meditation 101. And we're going to start at the basics. We're going to start at the foundation and we're going to build from there. And like I said, there are going to be, I've already have 2 yoga teachers on board. Stacy and Shelby are both going to be joining us shortly. Actually, they're both in the process of getting some classes on video so that I can start sharing them with you. And then we are going to be incorporating more meditation teachers. And my goal is to bring some more coaches on as well. So, any of you coaches out there who are interested in getting coached and having a place where you can get coached, having your own personal life coach, which is one of the most important parts of doing your work as a coach, and who are maybe interested in doing some work as a coach, you know, come on in. Let's see what that looks like. And quick note on that, I think is really important for me to share with you is that I firmly believe in being a student first. And I'm consistently, like committedly putting myself in the position of learning, of furthering my own research and study and education within all the realms of coaching and yoga and meditation. I am currently working on my 500-hour yoga teacher training certification with Janet Stone. I will finish that in February, which is perfect because in February I start a 2-year mindfulness meditation program with Tara Brock and Jack Cornfield. And we'll be getting my certification to be a mindfulness meditation teacher through them. I am always working with my own coaches. I have a business coach, I have a personal coach, and I think it's important for you to know that I am committed to learning. I am committed to my own studentship first, and I'm bringing the best of that work, of that research, of all of that here to you. So for what that's worth. All right, what other questions does anybody have? It's $97 a month. And let's say you join today, November 18th, you'll be charged $97 today, and then you'll be charged again $97 December 18th, January 18th, and so on. And like I said, you can cancel anytime. So I hope that feels like it is a low risk place to get started and give it a try and just see how this feels in your life. See how it works for you to really integrate and apply this kind of work into your life. What kind of shifts are possible? I cannot overstate how much I believe in this work. It's absolutely been life-changing for me, and I'm so honored. I'm so excited to share the Fierce Calm Project with you. I believe in it with my entire heart, and I would absolutely love to welcome you in. So I'm going to check over here, see what other questions I've got. This is so funny being on Zoom and on Facebook and on all the places. But I'm glad it worked. What else we got? What other questions does anybody have? All right, if we are good for the moment, I'm going to be sending out a replay of this. It's of course going to live here in the Facebook group. I will be sending a replay out via email. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to either post them here in the Facebook group. I will answer them here. If you would rather just hit reply to any of the emails that I send and ask away, I'm happy to answer them that way as well. Like I said, I want to support you where you're at. I would be honored to be your life coach. I truly believe that we all need one, and I would love to be yours. I would love to support you on this journey. So with that, I will say goodbye for now, and I hope to see more and more of you joining in sooner than later on the Fierce Calm Project. We've already welcomed in so many great people through this mini course, and like I said, I'm honored to be your coach, and I'm so thrilled to be doing this work with you. So have a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday, and I will see you all soon. Bye for now.